Greetings, people. It's Mr. Paul the Trigger yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series. Listen, the main question is what could have Jeremiah done? What could he have done at the very instance when he heard that a child is missing? If you are Jeremiah, I want us to do this cross examination of Papa J and think about the things that he should have done or what he could have done. Let's explore all those things that we expect or that we expected him to have done the moment he heard that a child is missing. Okay, there are two phases of this analysis. The first analysis should focus on the very same time around 2019, April 2019, when Testimony was abducted. Or let's bring him back to the very same day or the very same week. Let's say the very same day when the babe was abducted. That period from the day he was abducted into the day Ruth Mathew showed up at Berekete family. What could he have done as someone who cares or as someone who's innocent? What could he have done within this bracket of this time frame? Think about it, process it. In the second phase of the analysis, we are looking at when Ruth Mathew reappeared on the scene through me, when I reintroduced Ruth Mathew's case to the world. From the moment I published the story of a crippled, as I labeled it, woman who lost her child at Mercy City, her 2-year-old child at Mercy City in 2019. What could he have done from that moment? This story resurfaced to a point, to today, up to today. What could he have done to exonerate himself or to prove his innocence in the court of public opinion? Because the court of public opinion overrules any other decision that can be made in any other court. Because once you fail to uphold to your integrity and your reputation in the eyes of the world, no matter how much you try behind the scenes to make the people that follow you, the people that gather at your shrine, believe that you are innocent, your reputation is already scattered. It's already tarnished. It's already bad. Like right now, Omoto's reputation is shaking. It's shaking. It's shaking because so many people are listening to me right now. There are people that you do not know that are listening. Some of them don't comment because they think they are VIP. We have VIPs here that will never comment because they have these VIP badges on their foreheads. Like, I'm VIP. They can't see me in the comment section. They can't see me liking. I can't share this video. Even though this young man is making sense, I can't share it. They can't see it on my wall. If they see it on my wall, they'll say, come on, why are you sharing this? Are you fighting the man of God? Like with your status? Why are you sharing? We have those VIPs. Those VIPs that are behind the scenes, but they are getting the message. Some of these VIPs used to give money to these shrines. Some of these strong, very strong financial partners. They are here in the digital space. That's the good thing about the digital space. We have access to people that they don't know we have access to. Anyone that searches Jeremiah Omoto right now, I'm one of the first people that show up with the episodes of Ruth Mathew that I have uploaded. So in as much as they think they're doing damage control, they are going in their shrine and convincing the few people, the thousands of poor people in their congregation that I'm innocent, I'm right, I'm not going to answer. Hey, not answering is putting your reputation in disrepute, my brother. Answering is crucial. Answering is very important. Damage control, it's a waste of time. Paying these hungry comedians and bloggers and some of your concubines to come and defend you on public spaces, they are only damaging your image. They are only damaging your image. Like this other hungry comedian that people keep sending me his nonsense stuff, who has a mouthful of teeth that are disorganized. That boy is very hungry. You do anything for Jeremiah Omoto, to appease Jeremiah Omoto, so that he can make a living. He's making a living out of this nonsense of defending and doing damage control for Jeremiah Omoto and victimizing Ruth. And this other concubine of Jeremiah Omoto, people always tell me, hey, there's this other woman that is saying all these kind of things. That is Jeremiah Omoto's concubine. She's a Jezebel, that one. She's the one behind the arrest of Ruth. I saw one of the videos that someone sent me when she was saying she's going to come to South Africa to get Prof X arrested. That one is a wanted. Let her come to South Africa. as she claims. That one that looks like a butternut. She's a vagabond woman. I'm not body shaming her, but I'm just describing her. And what caused me to describe her in this way, because it's the way that she has chosen to lie to people, in the way that she has chosen to defend crime, to defend Omoto, amidst of all these unfolding stories. That she does not even address Jeremiah Omoto as prophet. She calls him Jerry. They are sleeping together. Take it or leave it, but that's the truth. She has a husband, but the husband is just a front. That husband is just a vagabond as well. How can you be a man and you have your wife being slept with her spiritual, with their so-called spiritual father, and you still call yourself a man? That's a disgrace, man. That man is being taken care of by this vagabond woman who calls herself a prophetess. That man is being taken care of by this woman. When this woman says, "Hey, Papa, jump," that man does not even ask how high. He just jump helter-skelter. Because the woman is the one that is hustling. The woman goes and do their with Jeremiah Omoto, and then she gets money. And that man is the one that helps her support the family. That's why she has every right to fight for Omoto. And when she's addressing Omoto, she calls him Jerry. What nonsense is that? What nonsense is that? She calls Jerry. That's a bedroom, terminology of addressing each other. That's how they call each other in the bedroom behind the scenes. "Hey, Jerry, what are we doing tonight, Jerry? Jerry, come, Jerry. Did you have a long day, Jerry?" That woman that has rotten teeth all over her mouth, that talks like she is under a spell or something. Of course, she's under a spell. That prophetess, she's under a spell. She's the one that does all the dirty. She cleans up all the dirty for Jeremiah Omoto. She's very lost, that one. Lost deep in the occultism. And she can't pull herself out because she's deep inside. Because once you connect with this prophet sexually, you are dead. You are dead. You are dead. And I feel sorry for the brother that is still part of this woman. Because whatever evil and occultic sexual rituals that this woman partakes with Jerry, this man becomes the victim of all this madness. That's why this woman, that's why this man, he has no standing in anything. He's just a vagabond on his own. The guy, if you check the guy, if you see the pictures of the guy, you can tell that this poor man, shame. Shame. He's just in it, shame, because he does not have a life like Ayo. This man and Ayo, same WhatsApp group. He's just playing a role so that this woman looks like she's in a serious marriage or in a serious relationship. But she's not. This woman is Jerry's concubine. Is Jerry. She belongs to Jerry. And you people, you know it. You know this. She's a vagabond, this one. She has been coming talking nonsense about Ruth. Nonsense, trying to do damage control. How do you use these women, these vagabond, these Jezebels to do damage control? These ones that do not even know the entrance or the exit of any academic institution. The only thing that they know is, I'm a prophetess. What prophetess? Do you think God can work through this vagabond woman? This Jezebel. This woman is possessed. She needs serious prayers, but we can't deliver this one because she's deep down into occultism. We can't move her. We can't do anything concerning this woman. She's way too lost. And it's a shame. Does she even have children? I don't think so. I don't think she does have children. If she does, she might have sacrificed them. Or if she does, she will definitely sacrifice them. Because those are the rituals. Those are the terms and conditions that comes with the rituals of being part of this, occultism and being partners of these occultic men. Okay, brush it off. Take it away from the scene. What I was addressing, what I was talking about, I just thought I should just pass by. It's important that we pass by and address certain issues, because if we don't put these baby vagabonds and these Jezebels to order, they'll grow horns. They'll grow horns. They'll grow feathers. In fact, an owl has feathers that go like this, that look like horns. And other birds fear the owl because they think that owl has horns, but those are not horns. Those are just feathers. So if we do not, cut off these feathers and actually brush it off so that people can actually see that these are not horns, the confidence that she thinks she has in all her ignorant utterances is because she's protecting her interests, and her interests are in Jerry. They're probably together with Jerry right now. So, okay, forget about it. Let's look at what really matters. Let's discuss issues that really, really matter. But anything that comes as an obstruction to what we are standing for, because we are fighting for a child that is missing, that has been missing. So we are not going to be lenient with anyone that comes to oppose or to try to sabotage this fight. We shall put them where they belong. But this is how sensitive this case is. That's how sensitive it is. And if we allow anyone that thinks there's an opinion to just voice it out and say whatever that they feel like saying, we shall react. And our reactions might have consequences. And to those that feel like they're defamed, Hozala, Hozala, Hozala. They say they have Interpol, they use Interpol. Hey, use it. Use Interpol. They say, we are going to get him from South Africa. We're going to bring him to Nigeria using Interpol. Do you even know how Interpol works? They say, no, the second in command of Interpol is Nigerian. So what? So what? So what is Nigerian? We're using, you people, you are brainwashed yourself. You don't even know how these institutions work. Interpol is not a Nigerian government organization. So don't cloud your followers and lie to your followers that you have the capacity to do what you do not even have an idea how it operates. So the issue that we were looking at, let's address it now. We said we were going to do an analysis of what Papa J could have done the very time when the child went missing, up to the time the child went to Berekete. That's the first phase. So let's address it. Omoto, when he heard that the child is missing, he was supposed to help Ruth, even if he was guilty. There are so many few things, small things that he could have done that were going to exonerate him. The reason why Omoto does not have a say today, the reason why Omoto will never come out today to give a statement is because he did nothing at all. He paid a blind eye to this case from its inception to where it is now. A child went missing at your church. Why not call Ruth? The only last time Omoto was heard, or the only last time Omoto was seen, is when he was telling Ruth to leave the premises, to get out of Mercy City, because he was saying, you are trying to tarnish my image, the image of my church. That was the last time we heard from Omoto. Apart from that scene, we never heard from Omoto again. So my question to Mr. Omoto is, a woman is claiming that a child is missing. She lost a child in your shrine, in your premises. And the first thing that comes to your mind is she wants to tarnish your image. The first thing that comes to your mind is she wants to tarnish the image of your church. Why did it not down in your spirit to say, okay, you lost a child? As a father, man, from a fatherhood point of end, or from a spiritual father point of end, why didn't you say, oh, my daughter, you've been paying your tithe, you've been booking hotels here in my shrine to come and see me. You lost a child. When? How did it happen? Oh, Papa, this is what happened. Okay, let's go check the CCTV footage. Let's go see who took it. Let's go see who took the baby. Those are some of the things that Omoto could have done. Okay, in the case the CCTV footage was not working, with all the money Jeremiah Omoto has, do you know Jeremiah Omoto has the capacity to control the police? And I heard that the Nigerian police will not take any action. I heard, unless you pay them, because they don't have the resources to fight for cases like this. So be that as it may, Omoto has the money, has the resources to group policemen, to go to the police station where Ruth Mathew went, if he had nothing to do with the missing baby, and put money on the bag, put fuel in all the vehicles of the police force. I hear Nigerian police are very effective when they really want to do their job. They are very effective, that's what I hear. They were going to discover, they were going to do a thorough investigation on that day, from that day, during that week, and they were going to know where the child is. Those are the things that Omoto could have done. What is money? What is 10 million naira when it comes to a missing child? How much is a lot of money when it comes to a missing of child? You couldn't give money, or you couldn't fund a campaign to rescue this missing boy, to find information about this missing boy. These are simple things that Omoto could have done if he cared, or if he had nothing to do with this. But his silence, it means a lot. It means a lot. It's his silence that we are questioning. Why couldn't Omoto call newspapers, media houses, bloggers, as he's doing now? Listen, there's a child that went missing. This is the picture of the child that went missing. The child went missing on this particular day. Tell the world that there's a missing child. Why couldn't he do that? To show concern and to show that he's not involved in this abduction operation. So those are some of the things he could have done. But he kept his doors closed so that Ruth Mathew has no access to ask any questions. And these are the little things he could have done during the first 1 day or 2 days or the very first week of the disappearance of the child. So the child who goes missing, the mother goes to the police alone, the family of the mother comes, the husband, Ayo comes, and Omoto has no say in it at all. He closes the gates. The father is not allowed to come inside the premises. Do you see all these things? Why we are saying Omoto has to be held responsible and accountable? Instead, Marcus plays all the gimmicks. He takes phones, he steals phones from Ruth, he steals bank cards, he does all that. Oh, okay, Omoto, why couldn't he question Marcus? Why couldn't he question Juliet if he had nothing to do with this? To say, okay, Juliet, give us your second opinion. What happened? Did you see the child? Did you see the people that went to take the child? Why didn't they ask all those questions? And when Omoto was called to come and give a statement, why did he not go and give a statement? And give his own account of what he witnessed or what he thought could have happened on this fateful day in his shrine. Because he's the principal. He's obligated to make that statement. Not the protocols that he deployed. No, not Manu Marcus. Manu Marcus was just a runner. These are things that Omoto should have done within the first 5 days of the incident. But he did nothing. He did nothing. Okay, let's look at when Ruth went to Berekete. Ruth appeared on Berekete Show. She gave her testimony. And it moved Jeremiah Omoto. And Jeremiah Omoto, I believe, that policeman that they used, that went to go and give a testimony against Ruth, was the investigation officer. It's the same investigation officer that ended up not investigating Jeremiah Omoto. It's the same investigation officer that has been accused of so many things concerning the Hush Puppy cases and stuff like that. And it's still the same investigation officer that went to Berekete Show and gave a testimony to discredit everything that Ruth had said on that show. After that show, when this case was in the public space, why couldn't Omoto say something that, listen, this is what happened according to what I know. This is what happened. This woman came. Why could he not call Ruth to say, Ruth, come, let's talk? Why do you think I'm the one who took your child? Why do you think I'm the one with your child? Let's talk, Ruth. I don't know anything about the child. I don't know. I can help you. In fact, okay, I'm sorry for the first time that I didn't do anything. But now that I see that this case, I thought you sold the child yourself. But now I can see your effort and your commitment to find justice for this child. I see that you mean it. Let's help. Let's work together. Even if he was guilty, these are things that he could have done to try to exonerate himself, to clear his image. But he did not do anything. He would have just called Ruth, okay, let's make a publication. Let's make the world know. Should have written a statement. Okay, there's a case that happened. And the case happened like this, like this, like this. A child went missing. And based to my knowledge, this is what I know about this fateful day. This is what happened. And Nenche did the same. Ozonachi died in his shrine as well. But he had, the decency to come and give a statement that according to my knowledge, even though it was a damage control statement, at least he did it. That's why people are dead on the case now. They're not talking about it because he gave his own side of the story. And Omoto, his silence is what is making us and frustrating us and make us be inquisitive and want to know his involvement in the abduction of the little one. He did nothing. The Berekete was done. Damage control was done. The case died a natural death. He died after that. And Omoto remained silent. Why is he silent? Why is the man silent? Questions we should be asking. The hard questions we should be asking. Why is the man silent? Is he silent because he does not know what happened, or is he silent because he knows what happened, and the moment he speaks, he might conflict himself? He might implicate himself. Those are the questions that we should be asking. Why? Okay, case closed. The first phase, those are the simple things that we thought Omoto would do. The second phase, Prophet is in the picture. Prophet resurrects this story of Ruth Mathew. And Prophet is asking questions. Prophet is talking about the very same thing that Brigitte talked about. A child went missing. What should we do to get this child back? Ruth comes out. I lost my child again. She comes out again. I lost my child at Mercy City in 2019. In Jeremiah Omoto, I want my child back. Jeremiah Omoto has my child. That's what Ruth was saying. This is the first time Omoto responded. This is the first time Omoto did something. But what did he do? He sent police to go and arrest Ruth. Oh, so you think the police arrested Ruth by coincidence? No. Jeremiah Omoto connived with his concubine, this prophetess woman, this Jezebel, to trap Ruth, to send 100,000 to Ruth, to get information about Ruth, so that they can trap her, so that they can get her arrested. That was the first time Omoto responded. The woman was arrested. The poor woman was arrested. She was taken all the way from Abuja to Benin by flight. Who was taking care of that invoice? Who was paying for that? Those are the things that we are still asking. The police don't even have fuel to move from one place to another or to deal with a case because they are limited in the resources. What about in the case of having a flight for Ruth Mathew to be flown from Abuja to Benin? What is he hiding? Those are the questions we should be asking. Those are the questions we are still asking. No, I'm suing. The idea behind the arrest. People, you're not looking too close. The closer you look, the lesser you see. The idea behind the arrest was to make sure that we never hear of Ruth anymore. Or the second time we're going to hear about Ruth, it was going to be when Ruth is in Mercy City apologizing to Jeremiah Omoto that everything she said was a lie. They were going to put Ruth under harsh conditions. They were going to harass Ruth at the police. They were going to leave Ruth in a mental state, in an emotional state, whereby she feels like the pursuit of this child is not worth it. Let me just rather buy into the conditions that they are giving me, that I must go and apologize to Jeremiah Omoto in his shrine and clean him of all these accusations. That was their plan. They wanted to break Ruth Mathew's spirit to a point whereby she would think about her children that she has left. And she'll come to a point whereby she just said, no, let me just compromise. It's only one child that went missing. I can't afford to miss the other three. That was the plan. But God did what he did. And the plan did not work as they expected. The same thing that he did to Cassie. I don't know most of you if you know Cassie, Johnson Solomon's son. He came out. He spoke about Jeremiah Omoto. He exposed Jeremiah Omoto. He said a lot of things about Jeremiah Omoto. What did Omoto did? What did he do? He sent police. He arrested the poor guy. They went and detained him for days which are known to him until he was well cooked, until they were done with him. Because the process of detainment is only meant to instill fear and to break your spirit and to make you compromise on your convictions. And they'll make you feel like if you don't do what they're doing, you're going to prison for the next 2 years. Prison, Nigerian prison. When you think of Nigerian prison, you can say anything to get yourself out of the situation. The guy was broken into pieces emotionally. You know, when they put a dark wall in front of you and they'll make you believe that there's no future for you, my son. You're not going anywhere anymore. This is where it ends. They made the young man believe that. And he had to compromise. He had to choose between going to prison or going back to his life. But going back to his normal life, it came at a condition. He had to go and kneel down in Jeremiah Omoto's shrine and apologize to Jeremiah Omoto and say, I'm sorry, my father, and kneel down, hold his feet and crawl down and humiliate and embarrass him in front of the public so that it becomes a message to the world that anyone who tries me, they'll go through this. I'm sorry, Papa. I'm sorry. I don't know. Something was wrong with me. Something, I was crazy. I don't know what I was doing. Baba, it's the evil spirits that are following me that made me talk bad about you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. That's the condition for you not to go to prison. That's Jeremiah Omoto for you. That is brutality. That's what they wanted to do with Ruth. They wanted to break her spirit. They wanted to make her useless in the face of the public. What are we going to say if Ruth comes in Jeremiah Omoto's church and say, I'm sorry, Papa. Everything I said about you is a lie. Testimony is with me. What are we going to say? We're all going to be shut down. But God, testimony, His spirit, is the spirit of a fighter, of a warrior. He will not be silenced easily like that. They wanted Ruth to go and apologize. They wanted to suffocate her. They wanted to panel beat her, make her lose hope of life. But God will take care of His own. If it is God that started this, God will finish it. That's the men we are dealing with. To those of you who did not know the men in question and the case at hand, that's the case that we have at hand. And that is the men that we're trying to bring to justice. Now they have Ruth in court. They really don't have a case. No, you are defaming Jeremiah. A defamation of character. Which character? Which character? To a man that does this? Can they give us the bookings of Ruth Mathew when she was arrested in Abuja? The conditions under which she was brought to Benin? Can they give us can Ruth also? Okay, we are getting there. Allow them to sue for now. But when the table turns, we'll see how it ends. We'll see how it ends. That's the second phase. Up to date, that's where we are now. And Jeremiah has been responding using Ayo. He has been responding using this concubine prophetess of his. He has been responding using these other vagabond bloggers from Nigeria, so that they can all try to clean the image, so that they can all try to cause confusion, so that they can all try to divert our attention, so that they can all try to salvage what is left of Jeremiah. But what is left of Jeremiah? This man is going down the drain. If you associate with this man, you're doing it at your own peril, at your own detriment. There's nothing left of him. The whole world knows the nature of the man we're talking about. And you still decide to align yourself, affiliate yourself to him. For what? Because he's a cheerful giver? Okay, he's collecting millions from 1,000 people. Millions. More than 200 million, more than 500 million. And he's only giving 2 million to celebrities, to poor people on the camera. And you call that charity. You are sick in your head. Open your eyes and smell the coffee. All that is damage control to cover up for things like these, things that he's been doing behind the scenes. And the man is still quiet. He can't speak for himself. Where is Emmanuel Marcus? Emmanuel Marcus will never give a statement. He will never come on the public domain to tell his side of the story. Not that because he's a coward, but because he's a conspirator to this case. Where's Juliet? Juliet will never be allowed to speak in the public because she's a conspirator in this syndicate, in this abduction syndicate, in this abduction operation. Those are our main suspects, but they are being kept very close to Jeremiah Omoto because they know these are the weaklings. Where are the two women? They are probably off the surface of the earth right now because everyone that is involved in this, they are a loose end. Their end is also near. They will be cut off slowly but surely. So that's where we are. The second phase. He has not said anything yet about the case. Why? What is he hiding? What does he know that we don't know? Things to think about. Process it. Analyze it. Tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Mr. Pull the Trigger. If it's your first time here, do the right thing. You know what to do. Like, leave a comment, subscribe, share, do something. There are people that come back to this platform that have to search for Prof X. Don't do that thing of searching. Just subscribe so that when I post, you get updated. I'm out.